Hi, my name is Martin Bonesier, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Trusted Home Buyer. I'm really excited about this presentation on our new Buy For You program. Let's jump right in. So first, let me make my picture a little smaller. Okay. The issue isn't news to any of us. The iBuyers have changed the game in a big way, and they're stealing your clients. And the reason is because your clients are looking for a simpler and a better way. And your clients are frustrated. They're losing out on the house they want because they're making offers that are contingent on the sale of their home. Your clients are not listing their house because they are aware, just like you are, that there's a lack of inventory out there and that they're going to have issues, or they are having issues getting their offers accepted. So if they're not confident they can get the house they want, they're not going to list the house that they're selling. And they're frustrated, and you're not earning a commission. So what's the Trusted Home Buyer solution? Well, we believe that there is a better way and that the iBuyers aren't solving it for your clients. But this is what we believe the process your client really wants should look like. So first of all, before they sell their house, help them find the home that they really want. Then make a strong cash offer, which, as you know, has a much greater likelihood of being accepted. Then your client can move into their new home. And then when their house is empty and easy to show, you list and sell that home. And then they finalize the purchase from us. This process is so much simpler, and it eliminates so many hassles and headaches, and we'll get into a little bit more of those details. But at the end of the day, your client has a much better process. You've differentiated yourself in a new and better way, and you've earned 2 commissions. So what are the benefits to your clients? Well, first of all, they get the house they want when they want it. With the contingency offers, we're finding and we're hearing from agents that clients are making offers and sometimes buying houses they don't really want, but they can't get the house that they want. Second, even if you're selling to an iBuyer, the move is not relaxed. You still have closings to coordinate, etc. So, but with this process, they have access to both properties concurrently, so they can easily move. They can move from their old home into their new home on their own timeline. It's easy for you and your client to list and show the house that they're selling, and maybe even they follow your advice to spruce it up a little bit so it shows even better. And who knows, may very well sell for more money than it would have sold if it was listed and shown while it's occupied. And certainly, if your client is considering selling to an investor or an iBuyer, they're going to net more money with the Buy For You program versus selling that way. And then finally, there's no need for all the stress that goes along with selling the other house, trying to sell the previous house prior to closing on the new house, with trying to negotiate pre and post possession agreements, which, as you know, can often blow up a deal, or even worse, having to find temporary housing, put all their stuff in a storage facility, moving twice. It's a nightmare, particularly for your clients that have families and jobs and just all the busyness and stress of life. They don't need all that extra stress. So what are some situations that your clients may be facing currently that Buy For You can help with? Well, we've already mentioned buyers that are struggling with making offers that are contingent. We've sellers that are afraid to list their house because they're not sure they can get the house they want. Got listings that are difficult to show. There's so many reasons that this can be the case. It might be pets. It might be a difficult schedule. It might be health concerns, allowing strangers into the home. There's so many different reasons why people struggle with listing owner-occupied homes. Buyers with strong cash flow. You may have clients that are business owners or self-employed or 1099 contractors who, for various reasons, either cannot qualify for financing right now or don't want to put a loan on the books right now because it may mess up something that they're doing with their business, or or maybe it's a delay on getting a tax return filed. But they have strong income and strong cash flow, and they can afford the house they want. They just are not in a position to get the financing right this second. And divorce. This is also, you may have clients that are going through a divorce. They have great income, great credit, can easily qualify together. However, but since they're divorcing, they're not able, neither party, neither spouse is able to get a loan until the divorce is finalized. And so that forces one or both to go rent a home or an apartment, move out, wait for the divorce to be finalized, and then they can buy the home that they want to move into. This process allows that client, or perhaps both, to go get the house they want, move in, and then finalize the purchase once the divorce is finalized. So, what does that process look like in a little bit more detail? Well, step one is you are showing houses to your client, find the one they want, then you write a cash offer on that house in your client's name. Your client's going to pay the earnest money just like normal. There's no appraisal required on that contract, and any other terms like inspection, timeline, etc., is negotiated and determined by you and your client. Then that contract gets assigned to the trusted home buyer. So we do recommend that we require that your client, if there's an inspection, is going to order that inspection and sign off on any inspection issues. Your client must agree to cover any appraisal gap if there is one. And then um, the trusted home buyer will purchase that home. Your client can move in, and just like any owner, your clients can be responsible for all the ownership costs of property insurance, taxes, HOA, and maintenance. And then the fourth step, their real estate agent, is going to list and sell their previous home. And then once that home is sold, your client can finalize the purchase of their new home from the trusted home buyer. There is a 3% convenience fee that we charge on the purchase price. In addition, there is a 3% pre-possession fee, which covers up to 3 months. And if they do stay more than 3 months, then there is an additional 1% per month for any additional time. We require that your client has equity in the home they're selling or has that amount in cash reserves of 30% of the new purchase price. And they must be fully pre-qualified, or they must have the income to support the payment of 1% of the purchase price per month. So value versus cost. I want to walk through a real life scenario with you. This is Martha. Martha was afraid to sell her home and list it because she didn't have a place to go. She didn't want to be homeless. She'd been unsuccessfully making contingent offers. The home she really wanted, she was not able to get. Her offer was $425 and contingent on the sale of her home. Well, her real estate agent, like a good agent does, followed up with the listing agent and discovered sometime later that the offer they had accepted fell out of escrow. And so the agent was able, now using Buy For You, to negotiate a cash offer. And they were able to negotiate a $410,000 cash price, which was accepted. This is saving Martha $15,000 just on the purchase. Then in the sale of her home, if her offer was accepted, she was planning on selling to Open Door just to make the process convenient and to try to make sure she met the timeline necessary. And her offer from Open Door was $410,000. But with Buy For You, now she's able to list the house, or you, the agent, able to list her house clean and staged and spruced up a bit with doing all the, following the recommendations that you give to your client to make it show the best. And she was able to sell for $465,000 and net nearly $32,000 more than she would have netted had she sold to Open Door. And that's taking your commission into consideration. Then there's the transition. Because Martha has access to both properties concurrently, she's able to take her time, move, as she's able, a truckload here, a truckload there, whatever that ideal timeline looks like for her. There's no stress or pressure trying to coordinate a double escrow or a pre or post possession or trying to put stuff in storage and move twice. It's difficult to assign an exact dollar amount to this because there's various factors that could apply. To me, it'd be worth a lot more than 5,000. But we did an informal poll in my office, and we seem to agree that it's worth at least $5,000 for somebody to not have to deal with all that stress and hassle. So at the final settlement, there's a lot on this slide, so let me walk you through it. On the left is the contingency scenario. If that contingent offer was accepted, she would have bought that home for $425,000. She would have sold her previous home for $410,000 to Open Door, $5,000 in moving and transition costs, and at the end of the day, that transition from one home to the other would have cost her $20,000 out of her pocket. With Buy For You, she would have bought for $410,000, saving her $15,000. She paid $24,600 in convenience and prepossession fees, sold her home for netted $441,750, and at the end of the day, her bottom line is she has $27,150 more than she would have had she sold or gone the traditional route. So Buy For You did not cost Martha. Buy For You actually gave Martha a much better process and put more money in her pocket. And I think most importantly for Martha, and I'm guessing most importantly for your clients as well, if they're considering buying a house just because they can get it and it's not really the one they want versus the home they really do want, what is that worth? We think it's priceless, and we think your clients will agree. So why work with the trusted home buyer? Let me move my picture so you can see our phone number. First, we want to empower you, the agent. I'm under no illusions that this is a great process, and I'm sure the hedge funds, the big iBuyers, are probably going to start providing this type of service as well at some point. The big difference is, though, that they are trying to take your clients from you. They're not. They're trying to put the real estate agent out of business, and we want to work with you and empower you to provide a better service for your client, a better process for them, and consequently, how the saying goes, the more people you help, the more successful you'll be. And we're fast. We make decisions quickly. We're local, and we're flexible. The decision maker is a phone call away. And I think this is a very different process than you would experience with a hedge fund. Good luck calling them and getting a response or a conversation with anybody who can make a decision. So you've got our contact information on the screen. We are just in the process of rolling this out, so give us a little grace if our website isn't fully updated with this program yet, but we are rolling that out as we speak. But we'd love to talk with you. We're doing these deals. We have a number in the pipeline, and we'd love to do some transactions with you, and we'd love to get your feedback. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.